Hello, hello. So, second time's the charm. Now, the title is rather self-explanatory, I believe. I just want Red Mage done. I want to move on. It's reaching a point where where like the thought of having to go through it is actively diminishing my will to fucking play the game. So, or I'll stream it at any rate. So, yeah. I'm just gonna go through it all. I'm not even gonna look at my bitrate. Occasionally I'll peek over at my stream preview, and if it's like completely dead, I'll stop for that, I guess. I apologize in advance. Knowing my luck, it'll be awful. But let's see, other fun things to mention. I've revised my stream plan. Only mildly. And, you know, there's still a decent probability of change. Primarily just because we'll see how I'm feeling about 14 after Dawn Trail, right? Very feasible that, everything in the teal blue will be getting moved after I've had a break from 14 for a while. Let's get a picture of it real quick so I can pull it up on stream. Hello, mobile dashboard. I do not need you. Go away. A little further out. There we go. Right. Just gonna. I could have done this before stream or during my prep thing. Couldn't I? Lamau. Save. But I can just read it off for the time being. So, and it's, you know, I've mentioned this in prior streams, yeah. I'm going to be going through the rest of Red Mage. After that, I will be going through Dark Knight. That'll be next stream, which we'll see when that is. Why is it so blurry? Oh, it's fine if you open it. Once I have gone through Dark Knight, I will be going through the role quests for Shadowbringers. Then the role quests for Endwalker, along with some associated items, namely the Void Calls in Shadowbringers and the Tales of Newfound Adventure for the ones in Endwalker. And once that's done, I'm gonna take a break, or it'll be right when Dawn Trail is launching anyway, or I might not even have time to do that much. We'll see. It should be here now. It is. It's also comically too big. You love to see it. Thank you, OBS. You really are the MVP. Alright, hopefully that's legible. Should be. As long as you can read cursive, at least. So, this is the plan as it stands. Isn't it wonderful? Once Dawn Trail comes out, I'll be going through all of the MSQ, as well as all of the new role quests. Obviously, the Master role quest won't be out yet, but, you know. This will mean that I will need to level a class from each category to 100. And we'll see how I manage that. I might do it on stream. I probably won't. Who knows? Dawn Trail is still a month away, as is all this content I intend to reach. Once Dawn Trail is done, we will return to the leftover job quests. Assuming I still want anything to do with 14. Assuming I'm not just completely fucking burned out at that point. If I am burnt out at that point, then that will move down to directly before I go through A Realm Reborn, the Coils of Bahamut, and the Crystal Tower, which you'll notice are at the very bottom of the list. Oh yeah, also all the Tales of are in that as well. I'll be stepping away from 14 if I so decide in its entirety, and then job quests and everything else left over will be done before I start going through A Realm Reborn, because I would like to have a stream of going through A Realm Reborn. And, you know, the Coils of Bahamut, and Crystal Tower, and so on. And I imagine that will take me a not insubstantial amount of time, but, you know, I have other stuff to do between that. The next major thing that I want to get to once I'm stepped away from 14 is I want to go through SMT3. I will be starting SMT3 from the beginning. Probably make the original 2 VODs unlisted or something on my channel. So that like not delete them, but like, you know. And then I'll be starting from the beginning with that. If in the intervening time SMT5 releases on PC and goes on sale at 20% or more, I will be picking up SMT5, and then we'll do SMT5 after 3. After that, I'll be going through the Nier Replicant Remaster, which I already own and have had downloaded for like over 2 months now. Just waiting to do it on stream, because I love the Nier franchise, and I would love to do it on stream. Once Nier Replicant is done, we'll go through Nier Automata, because they're directly connected. I'm very excited to go through Nier Replicant also, because I have not played the remaster, whereas I have played the original Gestalt. So it will be very, very fun for me to A, just refresh myself on the story I enjoy so much, and B, see the changes. And then, you know, going straight into Automata, just to, you know, tinker around with that. And then once we're done with that, we'll go through A Realm Reborn, all the stuff I missed, yada 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 yada. Or maybe I'll do something like Bioshock. 'Cause I also have a Bioshock bought, and I really want to do Bioshock at some point. I have never played any of the Bioshock games, but I've heard an insane amount about them. So, and as I do own the 1, 2, and Infinite, as well as all corresponding DLC, thank you, Epic Games. I will never spend a cent on your storefront, but your free ones are very nice. I do want to get to that. So maybe if I'm still not feeling up to 14, after going through somewhere between 3 and 4 games, I will then do the Bioshock series. But we'll see. This is a very, very long-term list. A lot of time is going to pass before I get even to the end of SMT3. And I feel it would not be entirely wise to put entirely too much stock in the list. But this is my plan as it stands, mutable though it may be. So, without any further expositing, let's make sure I hide the image, Lamau. We are going to get this fucking quest line done, or so God help me. When I first knew I'd lost my memories, I was confused, frightened even. But ever since I started training as a Red Mage, it's as if none of that matters anymore. Thanks to you and Zaroon, I have so much to look forward to. My life is my own. Arentel, Arya, while there were lessons to be learned as I dragged you along on my quest for vengeance, 'tis time I offered a more structured approach to your training. With the support of you and your companions, Curtis's daughter has liberated El Amigo. But rather than return in this moment of glory, I feel like I can contribute more to the rebuilding of my homeland from without. It was 2 decades ago that I joined the revolutionaries. Though our motives were just, it was our actions that ultimately created a breach for the Empire to exploit. My time at the forefront of that stage has ended. To return to it now would only invite confusion and resentment. The revolution has since become the resistance, and the right to shape the future of El Amigo now rests in the hands of those who will live the coming age. No, I shall play my part by nurturing a new generation of Red Mages. I made my mark as a Crimson Duelist, But you will not be bound by my oath. You are free to decide for yourselves how best to employ the skills I teach you. Now, as for your studies, you are well aware of my proclivity for practical application. We must challenge you with a new frontier, a place where the strong gathered in search of adventure. To Idleshire, my friends. What do you think? I bought myself new garb and blade with the coin Jesse gave me. If only it were it were as easy to improve upon my skills. Young Arya has invested in her appearance, it would seem. Doesn't she look the part? Right, let's break in that new equipment. There is a hostile organization of goblins known as the Illuminati making trouble for the people here in Idleshire. The most prominent threat to the populace seems to be the mechanical soldiers controlled by Illuminati aggressors. I say we do the locals a favor by using these clunking contraptions as combat practice. After your battle with Lambard, however, that may be all they amount to, especially for you, Arentel. Your mastery of red magic is such now that I dare say you could handle a mechanical soldier or two on your own. As to you, Arya, your spells have raw power but lack refinement. I think I would prefer to have you training alongside a partner. I wish to try fighting alone. Please understand, before I began learning magic, I felt like I scarcely existed. But when I work to match you and Arentel, when I see myself improving, that's when I feel the most alive. I want not more than to become a full-fledged Red Mage. I want to stand at your side and fight as your equal. Well, far be it from me to stop you. Mayhap the perfect way to conquer your difficulties with white magic is to be alone in a situation which offers you little recourse but to rise above them. Both of you should head now towards the Architecton and find your own mechanical foes to overcome. I will be waiting for you here in the Maker's Quarter. Let's see. Fun things which may or may not have come up in the Dead VOD. I did change my Red Mage glamour. I'm moderately happier with it. Still not thrilled. The hat doesn't match the color of the coat. The hat also isn't ideal. All the other Red Mage hats I don't like greatly, or are from this set, which breaks my own self-imposed rules about having multiple items from the same set in a glamour. So, unfortunately for me, I will remain upset at my Red Mage glamour. It's even worse, because like Red Mage isn't exactly one of the jobs I can cut the glamour slot for Viper or Pictomancer or whatever, because it's so distinct that it doesn't really fit any of the other. I guess maybe Summoner, and I just hide the hat slot, but even then, it's not ideal. It's what I used to do, actually. One day I'm sure they'll lift the glamour restrictions across classes. Surely. But man, I've already got so many plans for my Viper glamour, though. Oh, excited. I have come to recognize that confident step. Well done, Arentel. Did you happen to spot Arya on your travels? Unless I have sorely overestimated her abilities, I would have expected her to arrive not long after you. Arya did seem intent on proving herself. Pray forgive the tortured metaphor, but I have a feeling she may have sliced off more than she could fry. Come, let us seek out our young mage and render aid if need be. Had to run some errands today before I streamed, obviously. And finally, you know, I finally know how to put air in my tires. It was dramatically less involved than I was expecting. So a great learning opportunity. Arntel, I did it. I won. All the joys of learning how to work with cars, yeah? Arntel, there you are. Is Arya unharmed? It would seem that way. My, there is a fair gathering of goblins. From the looks of it, defeating this lot took almost everything she had. Can you walk, my friend? I've never seen you so... Give them to me. Your life energies, your souls, I must feed. Her hair is... It's become like Landbard. Stop this, Arya. Tis no use. The hunger has taken over. We'll have to knock her senseless. I suggest we take her back to Idleshire and let her rest at Rowena's establishment. I only hope she will be more amenable to discussion when she awakes. Man, I wonder what the mount... I passed the door, didn't I? Yep. I wonder what the mount series for Dawn Trail is going to be. We've had birds, we've had dogs, we've had dragons, we've had lynxes, cats, and maybe like drake or drake-adjacent creatures. That could be fun. Or serpents, various flying serpents, akin to... Where the fuck is he? There he is. Akin to Alta Roite. That could be fun. I'd like that a lot. They've agreed to lend us a place where Arya can recover. I'm not overly fond of owing favors to Rowena's consortium, but some days a bad deal is the best one can get. As you can see, our companion has regained her senses. Mayhap it would be best if you spoke with her. What happened? Did I truly attack you? Gods, why would I do such a thing? I remember defeating that contraption. I remember falling to my knees, exhausted from spellcasting. I remember my thoughts fading away as a roar in my head grew louder and louder, and then nothing. I don't understand what possessed me. Never would I draw my blade on you or Zaroon. I am truly sorry. Once more, my memory betrays me. This was poor judgment on my part. I should not have tested you so harshly. Listen to me carefully now, Arya. I've seen how battle can exhaust you, and I failed to understand what grim truth such exhaustion presaged. In the moment you say a roaring drowned out your thoughts, the color of your hair changed quite distinctly. We witnessed a similar transformation in Landbard ere he began to feed upon living aether. Landbard was able to employ magics of incredible power, but it left him hungering for life force. I believe what you experienced was a surrender to that very same hunger. It cannot be. My erstwhile colleague described how he enacted a change in his physical being. While I suppose it is possible such a revival was performed upon you as well, he mentioned the process requiring many years. You have many more questions, I am sure, but for now you must rest. If this hunger takes hold when your aether is exhausted, then it is even more important that you recuperate from your exertions. And Arya, do not despair that you have lost yourself. After all, you are in perfect control now, are you not? I am. Thank you, Zaroon. Arntel, we will seek the cure to Arya's condition. Although I have little knowledge of such forbidden arts, I am confident that a determined expedition will yield the answers we require. Prepare yourself for another journey. I've decided not to let this upset me. As the rune says, I'm still in control of who I am. Are you ready to depart? The journey I have in mind will take us into the mountains of Giribania, where we will visit the ziggurat built by the Red Mages of Eld. Lambard and I once explored those ancient ruins, searching for knowledge of the first incantation of red magic. That was that was long ago, before we met Curtis and joined the revolution. Before I realized the manner of hidden wisdom of which Lambard had been truly seeking. The edifice itself has now been overrun by Kikiren, but I thought a thorough expedition could still unearth something of value, mayhap even the secrets behind Lambard's occult transformation. Arya, my friend, I must ask that you remain here and continue your convalescence, and no spellcasting. Not even a lick of flame to light a candle. In your weakened state, we know not how suddenly the hunger might return. Yes, of course. Just the thought of what might happen is enough to make me feel ill. I'll be fine in my sick bed, but what of you two? Are you really going to travel all the way to Giribania just for me? What would you do if the positions were reversed? If Arentel were afflicted by a condition and you knew a cure might be found beyond the mountains, what then? Why, I would be out that door in a moment. You would? Not the slightest hesitation. You've flustered Arentel here. That you would respond so emphatically is the reason we have no qualms about doing the same for you. Arya's worked so hard to master her skills, and I imagine it would be hard to refrain from training for a while, but she must recover from her exhaustion first, before aught else. Come, Arentel, the ziggurat awaits. Rest well, Arya. We shall return as swiftly as we are able. I hate to be the cause of so much trouble, and I hate that I still feel so weak. I promised to stay in bed like a good girl until I am fully recovered. Who the fuck are you? You look important. No quest icon, so I must have done it at some point. In before it is literally just a flavor NPC. It is not important at all. It means nothing. Game, please stop fighting me. I pressed R, I swear. Let's begin our expedition, shall we? Be on the lookout for stone tablets bearing the histories of the Red. Did I mention that it was our forebears in the art who constructed the ziggurat? It was built to suppress the unstable weather that was whipped up in the wake of that era's calamity. A sort of dampening weight that slowed the land's raging currents of aether to a trickle. In time, however, the ziggurat also became a library, where successive generations of Red Mages enshrined their stories and their secrets. 'Tis a shame that so many of these precious stones have since been lost to plunderers, or simply worn down by the ravages of time. As such, I do not expect to find a fully intact record of Lambard's ghastly rite, but at the very least we should discover hints of what the transformation ritual entails. You take one way, I'll take another, and we'll both take care not to fall prey to Kikiren bandits. Oh shit, there is an area. Oh no, this is just the middle point of the stairs. Never mind. How did you fare? I discovered a number of tablets myself, which, while positively fascinating, offered little on the subjects of occult rituals. Alas. A stone tablet detailing the process for concocting an alchemical potion of Maki origin. A stone tablet filled with the folklore of ancient Amdapor. A stone tablet describing the early history of Red Mages. Oh, if I'm reading this one correctly, you may have found exactly what we were looking for. It appears to be a record from a time before red magic was unified as a distinct discipline. The passage describes a rite by which one can make a pact with a void scent and ingest its blood in exchange for supernatural power. Even amongst their kin, certain creatures of the void harbor a voracious appetite for living aether. Lambard must have acquired the ability to siphon his victim's life force from one such fiend. The practice in question is said to have started with a family of Maki sorcerers who lived in the era preceding the 6th Umbral Calamity. For red mages whose art draws so heavily upon their own aether, there is an obvious, if distasteful, advantage to stealing a foe's life energies. And if one can employ such energies to fortify and sustain one's own form, as Lambard did, then one can even wield magics beyond the limitations of ordinary mortals. Not surprisingly, however, its tendency to result in aether-starved madmen led to the rite being declared a forbidden art. There's more. Some mention of an alchemical concoction that would serve to sate the hunger for aether, when living prey was unavailable. And the helpful scribe has even included a method for its preparation. Arya's transformation was strikingly similar to Lambard's. Surely this concoction would prove effective at curbing her condition as well. Let's see here. It seems the main ingredient is a chunk of semi-crystallized aether. Such a substance could be drawn from the core of an urolith, and I'm thinking the bigger the better. If I recall correctly, there are uroliths to be found to the east, in the vicinity of the sleeping stones. Pray find yourself one of the larger specimens and procure an ethereal core. Once you have what we need, we can rendezvous in the hamlet of Alagana. I shall busy myself collecting the other ingredients. Oh boy. Oh, what a shame. Where is he? I see Netherite. Making life nice and easy for me. Thank you. Appreciate it. Were you able to procure a suitable core? I was. Ah, yes, this will do nicely. Enough to create a decent-sized dose, at any rate. I've gathered together the other ingredients, so all that's left to do is deliver them into the hands of an experienced alchemist. I'm an experienced alchemist. Ah, but Arya must be wondering where we are. Why don't you go on ahead to Idleshire and avail her of our progress? I'll meet you there as soon as I'm finished haggling with the potion mixtures, and I'll do it for free. Poor Zaroon is wasting his gil when I'm standing right here. What a shame. Frankly speaking, I may be one of the single most experienced and powerful alchemists in, like, Eorzea, at least. One of the. I think the guy who actually managed to bring someone back from the dead, if even briefly, maybe on a level slightly above me, but, you know. A kind of potion, and it's supposed to help with the hunger. That will be one less worry then. Do you think Zaroon will be back soon? I would hope so. I mean, he could have come. I carry it in my bag. Like, my fucking Olympic is like, here, pulls it out. I am returned. Arya, pray drink this concoction, and I shall tell you of our discoveries in Girabania. By the gods. The taste was not exactly pleasant, but I already feel much recovered. It's as if a cool stream of water was poured on the fire in my chest. I don't know how to thank you. Your smile is the finest reward we could ask for, but I ask that you do not become complacent. That tonic is merely meant to help replenish your depleted aether. It will do not to undo the underlying affliction. I understand. If I exhaust my mana again, I'll be back where I was, a savage controlled by hunger, which means I should still give up on training for now. For now. So you think Lambard infused me with Voidsent blood while I was held captive? According to what I found in the Yellow Jackets incident report, the span of time that elapsed between your kidnapping and subsequent rescue was not terribly long. And for much of your ordeal, you were shut inside a box. It seems unlikely that there was sufficient opportunity to perform a highly complicated and dangerous ritual. No, we must look elsewhere for the truth behind your condition. You must let me help you. If it allows me to begin practicing magic again, even one day earlier, it is torture watching the moments pass by, wasting time I could be using to catch up to you. You'll get there. I'll certainly try, though I'm not sure what help I'll be. I think we'll have our suffering friend delve into the scrolls for us. These Charlians have left behind a veritable mountain of lore through which we can dig for answers. Arndel, I shall leave you to your training. After all, you must give Arya an ever-growing peak to look up to. I'm still not allowed to practice spellcasting, but at least I'm feeling back to normal. I'll be helping Zaroon search through as many scrolls and tomes as I can. Greetings, Arntel. Arya and I have begun wading through a sea of ancient text, and we've yet to fish out any promising cures for her condition. I did, however, recall something which may help narrow down our search. Long ago, Lambard had one particular book which he would read with uncommon intensity. I've forgotten the title now, but I do remember that inside were scrawled the memoirs of a deranged killer who was executed as a heretic in Ishgard. This criminal is said to have committed a number of ritualistic murders, all carried out with a peculiar form of thaumaturgy. I merely thought it a vulgar choice of reading material at the time, but now I wonder if that peculiar form of thaumaturgy was what kept Lambard glued to its pages. It sounds positively awful, Yet it might just give us the clues we've been missing. I'll see if I can track these memoirs down. I understand it's quite a rare volume, and when it comes to hunting down elusive treasures, it may be worth consulting a professional treasure hunter. Arntel, are you acquainted with Midnight Dew? Why don't you take Arya and pay her a visit? I will try my hand at a different route. It's a long shot, but Rowena is known to stock a truly eclectic range of wares. Wait. Diary of a Sage. Who are you? Is this the Midnight Dew Zarun asked us to meet? It is. Ah, it's you. Something you need, a heretic's memoirs for the young lady here. Bit of an odd request, but who am I to judge? She's simply a true crime fan. Oh, so you're working with Zarun Tia then? Thought you wanted it for some sort of tasteless personal collection. Let me think now. Ishgardian heretic, ritualistic killings. Oh, hells! It couldn't be. One of my fellow salvagers was just telling tales of a treasure he'd spied in the Great Gubal Library, a rare book called Nightkin. Claims he glimpsed the title as he was running for his life through Rhapsody's Quadrangle. 'Tis a sought-after tome for collectors of the macabre, said to be written by an Ishgardian murderer who believed himself some manner of demon, half a diary, half a grimoire, and chock full of bloody lunacy. Well, it certainly fits the description. We should head back to Rowena's and share the news with Zarun. Thank you for your help, Midnight. You really did... Wait. Oh, no, it's unrelated. Sorry about that. We'll, that's part of the grand endeavor, so look forward to that in, like, 2028 or whatever. Hello, random carbuncle. Zarun's back. He'll want to know what we've learned from Midnight Dew. Yes, Nightkin. That was the title. Written by a killer who thought himself born of fiends, so such a belief would certainly brand him a crazed heretic in Ishgard. What I suspect the truth is, he was much like Lambard, a mage who delved too deeply in forbidden arts. And you say the book was seen in the Great Gubal Library. I've never entered that place since the Sharlians departed this land. One of you, Arntel. A couple times, actually. 3, if you count Summoner. Like the back of your hand, eh? Well then, I vote for you to be our guide. I hadn't known the library's guardians had turned hostile. I'm sorry, Arya, but you will have to remain behind. No sense putting you in a situation where you might be forced to fling spells. Oh, I would have liked to see those fabled shelves, but you're right, of course. Come, Arntel. Let us hurry through the hinterlands ere some intrepid scavenger makes away with our prize. I wonder what secrets those memoirs hold. I imagine it will be like peering into the mind of a madman. I love that the hinterlands don't have a fucking aetheryte. Not a single goddamn one. It's my favorite thing. One of the single biggest maps in the fucking game. Yeah, no. Like, look at this. You could have put it there. You can only get it once you've unlocked flying. Would have worked beautifully. Right. Let's not dawdle once we're inside. We make straight for Rhapsody's quadrangle and leave as soon as we've acquired the tome. From what I remember, the book Lambard would read was of a fair thickness and bound in leather covers. Hopefully it will not be too difficult to find. Tis more layer than library now. Lead the way, my friend. Mistake. Oh, fuck me running. It's all on user rune. Oh, fuck god. Perish. I don't have Ver. Holy. This is fine. This is fine. I'm okay. Easy as shit. They should add a hard mode. Anyway, I think I flexed enough. We'll not do that again, just for your sake. Jesus fucking Christ, Zaroon, a little healing, please. Nope, you're the big one. Turn on them. Delete. Christ alive, man. Here we are, now to find that book. In the year 960 of the 6th Astral Era, a murder did occur wherein a member of the clergy was struck down by a knight of common birth. The knight, whose name was Trifaniel, wet his blade in the priest's blood after witnessing the unspeakable abuse of an orphan waif under the pretense of an exorcism. May his conviction in the face of corrupted faith be praised. I'm sure we'll never hear about that night again. Let me just confirm my yeah, so I believe it's this pile is the one that actually has Nightkin in it. The pages contain incredibly detailed pictures of female deities in various stages of undress. No male divinities appear to be included in this collection. Not the one we seek. The tome we seek is titled Nightkin. During the Thorn Dynasty, a series of unsolved killings shook the very foundations of Ul'dah. The murderer was so named for the practice of leaving a card from the deck of Arcana by the bloody bodies of the slain. Officials publicly suggested that the murderers selected targets based upon divination, as several key figures of a faction that opposed the royal house were prominent amongst his victims. However, it was whispered that the seemingly random slaughter was merely a cover for political assassinations. The ink has faded to the point of illegibility. No, not this one either. Try another. We needn't read every page, my friend. But it's fun. Today I visited. It's the goldsmith. Today I visited the Twelveswood. Lady Emmeline of the D'Artencourts, a regular patron of mine, bid me call upon her household. I set off with confidence, my latest masterpiece in hand, but it was within the walls of Hawk Manor that I beheld the true pinnacle of perfection. Oh, hi friend. Long time no see. I'm so fucking squishy. Why? Oh, I've done something terrible. I don't want to wipe. Hey, Zaroon, you want to tank for a bit? Like, I don't know, a minute maybe? 2, possibly? Oh my god. I literally cannot finish a fucking cast. Oh, thank God. The bookish behemoth has fallen, and it appears a prize was hid within his belly. I am the descendant of demons, a scion of tainted blood. It is for my brethren born into darkness, for the nightkin, that I pen these words. The holy men will insist my teachings are madness, the ravings of a deranged killer. But you shall learn that all I scribe henceforth is eldritch truth, and their faith the twisted lie. Yes, we found it. There can be no mistake. We needn't tarry in this place. I've breathed my fill of moldy parchment. You did well in there, Arndel. I've never known acquiring a book from a library to be such a strenuous endeavor. May I see the tome? Yes, the author does certainly seem convinced of his demonic heritage. I can see how the clergy of the time would have passed these writings off as a heretic's delusion. But the spellcraft contained within is aught but incoherent rambling. Within his memoirs, this mage has provided specific instructions on the workings of forbidden sorcery. Little wonder that Lambard spent so much of his time studying the tome's secrets, but there is more, much more. Let us return to Idleshire. Arya needs to hear of this. Welcome back. Zaroon's had his head buried in that book since he returned. Do not target Arya again. Thank you. I've just finished slogging through the last pages of The Nightkin. There were truths I discovered which made it difficult to continue, but amongst a mounting sense of horror, I found hope. Thus I bid you listen until the end of my tale. I shall begin with the author himself. And so, the man who wrote The Nightkin was not merely some disturbed killer, but a mage who had mastered the arts of the ancients. Exactly so. A century ago in Ishgard, this monster in mortal guise devoured all manner of forgotten texts, teaching himself everything from red magic to Maki summoning rituals. The secret of this seemingly inexhaustible power lies in his bloodline. He was directly descendant from a Maki archmagus who had ingested the lifeblood of the void-sent queen Lilith. In fact, it was this very archmagus that the vile practices of infusing oneself with void-sent blood first began. I believe I told you how the Red Mages later outlawed these rituals, but the damage had already been done. Lilith's insidious energies had been passed on to the Archmagus' heirs. This clan of aether-drinking spellcasters became known as those who were born into darkness, the Nightkin. The revelation which truly shook me, however, was yet to come. I discovered that Lambard was a scion of the Nightkin clan, and, quite likely, so are you, Arya. The book's author was of the Callowise family, a surname shared by Lambard. With no small amount of trepidation, I determined to look once more into your family records, and learned that the Calloway's name was also prevalent on your mother's side. This can be no coincidence. Are you saying that void-sent blood runs in my veins? It explains your preternaturally strong affinity for black magics. When I remember that Lambard was of a similar arcane disposition, the connection is even more obvious. He had no need to ingest fiendish blood. He simply awoke the corruption which had always lurked within him. The rituals for doing so were clearly described in the pages of the Nightkin. Were these rituals performed upon me, too? Again, it is doubtful considering their complex requirements. My theory is that your latent talents were stirred into wakefulness quite by accident, though your induction into the ranks of the Red. I wonder, however, why the same awakening that took years for Lambard occurred so swiftly in you. An innate affinity, mayhap? Whatever the case, that this unstable condition was triggered by your desire for control certainly explains Lambard's parting barb about the injustice of your fate. But all is not lost. There is a way to undo the curse of your lineage. The first Callowise drew Lilith into our physical world by providing a mortal host for her soul to possess. He stood unflinching before the fiendish queen he had summoned, and forged with her a bargain of blood and darkness. Once the Archmagus had partaken of her essence, however, he entrapped her inside a heavily glyphed box. Her material form thus captured, Lilith was unable to return to her shadowy realm. It was written that her imprisonment on this plane of existence was a necessary act, lest the potency of her blood begin to wane. Do you understand what this means, Arya? I think so. The corruption inside me will last only as long as the void-sent queen remains in our world. Oh, I see. We need to find that box and banish Lilith back into the void. Exactly right. Defeat the void-sent and the curse upon your blood is lifted. Of course, a creature of Lilith's stature would ordinarily present a near insurmountable challenge. We are fortunate, then, that the summoner bound her essence to a feeble vessel to prevent her from manifesting her full power. Even we should stand a chance against this lesser incarnation. Now, it appears that the authors succeeded in tracking down Lilith's prison. And though the book makes no mention of the event, it is entirely possible that the box passed into his possession. Our surest bet will be to follow in his footsteps. Rest and prepare, my friends. We have an exciting adventure ahead of us. And it is here that I will be taking the briefest of breaks to grab some more water. I will be back very briefly, likely no more than 5 minutes. Probably, but we'll see. In the meantime, tolerate the music of Idleshire, I suppose. And I'm back. Hang on. Hey, we're back. It's all been a bit overwhelming, but at least there's hope for a cure. We just need to find Lilith's prison. Ah, Arentel, your fellow student has had the most astonishing dream. Why don't you tell him about it, Arya? It was so disturbingly vivid. I dreamed of the man who wrote the Nightkin. In a corner of the house in which he hid away from the world, he kept a coffin-like box, black as night it was, its sides marked with jagged lines of purple. As he watched over it, unblinking, an inquisitor broke through the door with a company of knights. Half the soldiers were ordered to haul the man away to the tribunal, while the other half seized the coffin. This coffin, you describe, is the very image of a Maki tool of containment. 'Tis as if you saw a vision of past events. It was probably just a nightmare, brought on by the tales in those memoirs. Well, as things stand, your dream is the best lead the memoirs have given us. Let us pay a visit to the tribunal in Ishgard. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, I say. God fucking... There we go. Oh, you're here. Zaroon seems to be having trouble negotiating with the official. Which house is this? This is, Hilionaire. This is Zamail. This is, Fortemps. Where does that leave? Hilionaire, Zamail, Fortemps. What's the fourth house? Hang on. Durandare. It's Durandare. There, I got it. Anyway. Oh, you're here. Zaroon seems to be having trouble negotiating with the official. Arentel, thank the gods, this officious bureaucrat refuses to allow me access to their records. Mayhap he will listen to you. Arentel, did you say? What strange coincidence that you bear the same name as... Ah, it is you, in the flesh. My apologies for not recognizing you sooner. Whatever the hero of Ishgard requires, we shall not hesitate to provide. This was in regards to the heretic killer who left those awful memoirs, yes? Your request shall be given the highest priority. Pray understand, however, that records of objects seized in the previous century are not immediately at hand. It may take some time to scour the archives. Just like that, huh? A moment ago, you were ready to cast me out into the snow. Mayhap we should take Arya on a tour of the city. I'll stay here with our new friend and help guide his search. I suppose we could just be in the way here. Could we go to the last vigil? I hear the view is spectacular. Oh, one of my things sold. That's cool. This is amazing. I wish I was told you could look over the entire city from up here, but I couldn't wait to see it myself. So you are fond of high places, then? If they come with a view such as this, I am. I would ask why you keep asking me that, but I'm afraid the answer would lead to even stranger questions. To be honest, though, I wanted to burn this first sight of Ishgard into my mind, to fill the empty spaces in my memory with wonderful vistas. When you first rescued me, I knew not who I was or where I belonged. As I've said before, I scarcely felt that I existed. The well of my memories is no longer empty. Though it has been but a small fraction of my life, my journey with you has shaped me into what I am now. If you can understand why I'm so eager to return to our training. Red magic has given me the power to fight against the fate that would have left me hollow. Arntel, Arya, we've learned the resting place of Lilith's prison. As indescribable as it may seem, the coffin from your dream matched the description of the heretic's box, purple lines and all. The Inquisitors were apparently so unnerved by its fell energies that they cast the thing into a ravine. The place in question is known by the dreadful name of Witch Drop, and is to be found in the Corthus Central Highlands, swarming with void scent, or so I'm told. Shall we? Do you feel that? It's as if the whole ravine is pulsing with evil. The chasm is crawling with fiends, just as described. Are they drawn by Lilith's dark essence, I wonder? Let us descend to its depths and begin digging. Mayhap the very power which attracts the void scent will help guide our efforts. Oh, you will be able to follow us down there, won't you, Arya? I seem to recall you had a crippling fear of ghosts and spirits. What? No, I'm fine. There are no skeletons or specters here, so I'll be fine. Perfectly fine. So fine, you felt the need to tell me 3 times. Well, considering your current troubles with spellcasting, you'd best stay close in any case. There would not have been so much damnable snow 100 years ago. Our search would have been far easier before the calamity. I told you, I'm fine. There are no ghosts here that I can see. Perfectly, completely fine. Hale and whole. You dig in the snow, but find nothing. An ominous coffin lies buried beneath the snow. Only one bearing my blood gift may break the seal. Slay this pretender. Oh no! I need another target. You'll do. Okay, I'm satisfied. Moving on. You found it already? You must tell Zaroon. Under a shallow mound of snow, you say? Extraordinary. Only one bearing my blood gift. Could this mysterious voice belong to Lilith herself? Let me try opening the coffin. If the voice is telling the truth, then I'm the only one who can. Very well, Arntel. Lead us to your dig site. Well, that's a demonic box. If I ever saw one, I find myself understanding the decision to drop it into a ravine and never speak of it again. It looks just as it did in my dream. I'm going to open the lid. I can feel the waves of malice even through the wards. This is no lowly imp. Proceed with caution, Arya. Lilith may waken in a weakened state, but she is still a queen amongst her kind. Let us not be caught unprepared. Gods above. At last I am free of that miserable prison. 1,000 years of scheming cometh to fruition. Yield unto me thy vessel, child. Thou shalt be be host to mine immortal glory. Host, you seek to possess Arya's body? A masterpiece of centuries or generations have I guided the dreams of my blood gifted, bringing them together and strengthening their line. When at last the chosen one was born, I sent another to secure my precious vessel. He commanded his own puppets, never knowing he was mine. Lambard. Heed me, child, my darling creation. I am the reason for thine existence, for the entanglement of thy sires, for thy deliverance unto solitude. Do not listen, Arya. Her words are poison. Come, deny not thy destiny. Thy life was molded by my hand. This was always meant to happen. My parents, my uncle, all of it. Sweet child. Arya, no. God damn it. Arya moved as if entranced. Lilith must have some hold over those who bear her blood. It was Arya's dream that led us here into a trap. If we are to believe that hissing serpent, this meeting was 1,000 years in the making. But all is not lost. See how she did not immediately claim Arya's body for her own. From what I understand of such things, in order to possess a mortal host, Lilith must conduct a ritual of excising preparations. Exacting. There's time yet to deduce the location to which she fled. Let us return to the pillars and consider the possibilities. Lilith's words yet echo in my ears. Deny not thy destiny, thy life was molded by my hand. Arya became a Red Mage to gain control over her fate, and I'll be damned if we abandon her to this one. But first things first, we must expend every effort towards finding the place wherein the Voidson has taken our colleague. The ritual preparations will not take forever. Arntel, I've decided we should go to the Thaumaturge's Guild in Ul'dah for help with tracking down Arya, of course. I've been doing some research into Voidson and possessions, and as I suspected, the process is not a simple one. Even so, I doubt we have the time for me to become a fully fledged expert on the subject. We need one right now. The Thaumaturges are one of the few organizations familiar with our query, considering how they are also the modern successors to the arcane knowledge of Mach. Their shelves may even hold the ancient lore that could tell us more about Lilith. Let us be on our way. Hello? Arntel, I've just been explaining our woes to Prelate Yayake here. Well, when Zaroon spoke of another colleague, I did not expect to be meeting our very own avatar of devastation. Now, then, the tomes with passages pertaining to the Voidson Lilith are all forbidden occult works, abhorrent volumes chained to the shelves in our deepest archives, never again to see the light of day. I'll just pop back there and grab one or two. If you could wait over there for a moment. By Thal, she's even more sinister than I imagined. With no mention of her presence in the past millennium, I had thought Lilith destroyed, yet it would seem she is very much alive and exceedingly dangerous. Her most fearsome aspect is the power to enslave a person's will. If we include all those with even a whisper of her essence within their veins, she has slithered inside the minds of a veritable army. The sigil employed by this Lambard of yours is a second-hand manifestation of Lilith's ability. He would but need to coat a tool in his tainted blood, and then engrave her name in the flesh of his victims to create the unthinking puppets you described. And that was but a faint echo of her true power? Correct, a power she will not hesitate to bring to bear on the mortals she so despises. Archmagos Kalawise made doubly sure of that when he lured her into his trap. As well as a talent for draining the life force of her prey, Lilith is also known for spitting venom, a truly hideous opponent. But the Archmagos came prepared with potent antidotes. Undone by her summoner's treachery and the limitations of her mortal host, Lilith found herself devastated by her beloved rod, or divested of her beloved rod and sealed inside a Maki sarcophagus, and thence spent the next 1,000 years plotting her escape. It is as you say, but mere freedom is not her endgame. Above all else, I imagine Lilith desires a form which allows her to manifest the fullness of her terrible power. She means to reinvest her soul within the perfect vessel, and thus enhance the strength of her incarnation by an order of magnitude. The perfect vessel. Lilith carefully orchestrated Arya's conception over the span of centuries. If we do not oppose her now, I dread to think what havoc such a cunning and powerful fiend could wreak upon Eorzea. Look what she has accomplished already. So subtle were her manipulations that not a single one of the Nightkin realized her plan or sought to destroy her. Well, this has all been very enlightening, but we are still no closer to finding Arya. Have you any ideas? In order to invest herself within a new host, Lilith will need to recreate the conditions of her original summoning as faithfully as possible. Alignment of the stars, weather, location, that sort of thing. The location I can tell you, assuming the ground itself hasn't fallen into the abyss. Lilith will have taken your friend to a summoning circle in the ruined city of Mach. I've been there recently, actually. So you've been to the Weeping City. No getting there without an airship and pilot, huh? Oh, but not to worry. We know the very person who can help us on that count. Deputy President Jessie of the Garland Ironworks. I shall contact her immediately. I've been in touch with Jessie, and after that assassination business, as she puts it, she was more than happy to lend us a company ship. Prelate Yayake, you've been an immense help. How can we repay you? That won't be necessary. The guild was already richly compensated by a certain merchant. He requested we aid any mages of the Red who might happen to seek our knowledge. Are you acquainted with a Master Wilkin? It would seem he's been quite generous in spreading his wealth around Ul'dah to ensure you encounter no refusals or inconveniences. Well, the gratitude of a wealthy merchant is a fine thing to have. Right, 'tis time we were off to Revenant's Toll. Jessie will be waiting. Don't forget to stock some antidotes! I'll be terribly disappointed to hear you died to less venom after the tale I told you. Don't go charging off unprepared. I imagine you can purchase antidotes right here in Ul'dah. I forget if not getting antidotes actually fails you. Like, if it's actually, like, so overwhelming that, like, it can't realistically be done. In the name of safety, I will acquire a handful of antidotes. I wonder where... How do you craft them? Hang on a minute. No. Wait, yes. No. Yes. Found it. I didn't think this through. Antidote. Level 5. Rock Salt and Grass Viper. And Rock Salt is Black Brush. Oh, fucking hell. From a distance, I thought they spent entirely too much money on a statue that probably arrived broken. But good for them, they didn't. Gate of Nald, please. Wait. Shit, wrong one. Oh well. Please swap the miner. Thank you. Did I ever make the... Lamau, I made nothing. Cool, my gatherers are still not in great gear. Good thing this is a like level 1 crafting mat. I want to say it's right around here? There we go. Sorry, it's been like 5 months since I gathered anything. You give me rock salt. Wow, only one. Shame. Okay, so... Eastern? No, Eastern is dry bone. Western, then? Yes, Western. And it should be, like, right about here, right? Render unto me your vipers. Yeah, gimme. Imagine purchasing low level potions. Hey, this is one of my best in slot crafting jobs. Love to see it. Logs. Antidote. Quick synth. 7. Ooh, high quality antidote. Oh wait, you can get high quality antidotes? What's the difference? It's got... Oh, it's got a 6-second shorter recast? I'm really missing out, man. Oh, what a shame. I could have had high quality fucking antidotes. Anyway. Let's just put these on my hotbar. To Revenant's Toll. Okay, Zaroon, need some antidotes? I brought some extras. Jessie seems determined to pilot the craft herself. We'll find the airship moored out over by Silvertear Lake, apparently. Zaroon told me the story, and I have an airship ready to fly. I'll pilot you into the swamp myself. I said I'd return the favor to Arya, and I don't go back on my promises. Shall we go? I'm moored on the northern bank of the lake. Arentel, the plan is simple. We cut through the ruins as quickly as we can, and unleash merry hells on the Void-Sent Queen. The outcome of this battle will decide Arya's fate. Bring everything you have, and make sure that includes a vial or 2 of antidote. Man, something's telling me that I should really have antidote ready. Fuck, it's probably nothing. Just in my head, you know? Being paranoid. Lilith and the Weeping City await. Not to sound like a nagging nanny, but you did bring an antidote, didn't you? Jessie herself will be taking the helm. So speak with her when you're ready to depart. Ready then? Got your gear? Emptied your bladder? We make straight for the ruins of Mach. Missed opportunity to have Jessie also mention the antidote. Zaroon's been saying something about a antidote. All aboard, folks. I don't know much about this demon witch, but you sent her back to the void. I want to see Arya safe and sound. Lilith only has one chance at this ritual, but once she knows we're there to stop her, she may begin the ceremony anyway. Conditions be damned. If that happens, then we must defeat the fiend ere she forces her soul into Arya's body. We will triumph over Lilith and free our companion from her curse. Why didn't I get dual cast? The fuck? I still have no clue what the fuck this is actually meant to be used for. Can't even use it. What level do you get this at? It's not telling me. Oh, it's because it's enchanted, so I can't see the level you get it at. It's pretty fucking high level though. It's like level it's like in the you got it in Endwalker, right? It's like level 80 something. Yeah, 76. I don't know what the fuck the point of it is, honestly speaking. I have come to slay you. What am I supposed to do to stop this? Oh, it was the fucking... I had to heal myself. Oops. Get wrecked. He's having enough health. No, she died too early. What a shame. Arya, Lilith is slain. Come back to us now. Damn it. Why won't she wake? Where am I? Where is everyone? I see. This is my own mind. I'm being forced aside by that fiend. Yes, accept thy fate, child. Mine own form was destroyed, but within thy vessel my soul has taken refuge. Once thy will hath diminished unto oblivion, mine essence shall transform this shell. I will rise anew, glorious and complete, and then I shall wreak my vengeance upon all the children of man. Seek not to defy me, my darling creation. Surrender to the void. Surrender to me. Lilith created me. I have to accept this fate. It was what I was always meant to be. Forgive me, Arentel. There were so many more memories I'd hoped to make. Farewell. No, this cannot be all there is. I want more. I want to live. Do not torture thyself, child. Your will is forfeit. Thy fate is sealed. I decide my own fate. Arya, welcome back, my friend. Zerun, Arentel, look out. Lilith is still here. Your soul is safe now. Lilith is gone. You triumphed over her at the last. A chance I wouldn't have had if you had not destroyed her in the flesh. With a stout heart and the power of red magic, there's no foe we cannot overcome, as the two of you have so amply proven. Now, let us put this dreary ruin behind us. But have a care for your surroundings. This old city is home to more than sinister voidsent. Ah, there it is. I was caught up in the moment when we set off, but I'd sooner not steer a ship anywhere near that place again. You have my thanks, Arentel. I would not be standing here now without you. We did it, Arentel. 'Twas a hard-won battle, but your heart and steel carried the day. And we must express our gratitude to Jesse for conveying us to the ruins in the first place. Nay, I was but returning the favor. Unlike certain presidents I could mention, I don't like to leave the books unbalanced. Now, I'd best be getting this girl back to the company docks, so this is farewell for me. Take care, Jesse, and thank you. Shall we head back to town, then? I'm not flying you to the toll, you lazy bugger. You'll have to walk. Fair enough, I suppose. When were we last in Revenant's Toll? It seems like a lifetime ago. Wrong person. Hello. Ah, there's not like a successful rescue attempt to put a smile on my face. 'Tis wonderful that you have our companion back safe and sound. It's wonderful to be back. I cannot wait to begin my training once more. Arya, about your training. Surely you felt the change within yourself. Your proclivity for spellcasting was a property of Lilith's blood. Now that her corruption has faded from your veins, so too has your aptitude for the arcane. Yes, I feel the difference. My aether is so weak now, I doubt I could cast even the simplest of magics. I wondered how you would take the news, but you seem almost happy. I am. This way, I get to study magic from scratch, and to know know that all my achievements will truly be mine. Of course, this means I'll have a lot more work to do before I can catch up to Arentel. But having such a distant goal will be what pushes me to endure the training ahead. I'll be waiting. I'll get there one day. You've the heart of a Red Mage, that's for certain. Start yourself off with the basics of thaumaturgy and conjury. A foundation you've built yourself will be far more stable than the instinctual power you possessed before. And when you've grasped the fundamentals, I can start your training in red magic again. I look forward to that day, Zaroon. As for you, Arentel, you've grown stronger than ever. You've known for some time now that the magics of a red mage are fueled by a caster's own aether. The potency of your spells is a reflection of your indomitable spirit. And I dare say that the soul crystal you bear will reward your dedication to the art by granting you new knowledge. Thus concludes my stint as mentor for now. Arentel, you have my gratitude for my lessons, and Arya, you must ready yourself to begin all over again. You have flung yourself into revolution's smoldering ashes and reignited the fires of Alamigo's glory. Remember the light you brought with that liberation when next you plunge into darkness. Zaroon, you speak as if you mean to leave us. I must return to my pilgrimage, but fear not, those who defy the tides of destiny are always drawn together sooner or later. And so, this is not farewell, merely a temporary parting of ways. Eagerly do I await the day our paths cross again, my friends. The unyielding... Oh, it's gone. Alas. Too much gusto. Oh, wait, this is spoilers. Spoilers. No, go away. Shut up. Okay, and that just leaves... the Shadowbringers portion. Let's go! Arentel, I was about to go looking for you. I've a letter from Zaroon Tia, and he's asking me to pass on a message. Arya, I hope this missive finds you well. Should you come across Arentel in Rivenant's Toll, pray send him to me in the Alamigan Quarter. I have need of his help. What could be happening in Alamigo, I wonder? Well, I suppose there's one sure way to find out. Let's go. What you're pointing out, friend. Long time no see. Been a minute. How wonderful to see my two erstwhile students, and not a moment too soon. We are glad to see you too, Zaroon, though I gather the situation is not a happy one. You gather correctly. You'll recall the brotherhood I was once a part of, the Crimson Duelists. Well, it seems the keepsakes left behind by my deceased colleagues have run afoul of some enterprising grave robbers. When the duelists met their end, some 2 decades past, I was too deeply engaged in my own battles to give them the burial they deserved, and so I did what many before me have done. I collected the blades of the dead and interred them within the tomb of the errant sword. With Alamigo much settled since the initial reclamation of the city, I judged it time to pay respects to my fallen comrades. That is, when I discovered the tomb in disarray and one of the duelists' swords missing. It would seem such petty acts of larceny have become common of late, and although the resistance is taking steps, the army has its hands full overseeing the restoration efforts. But it's said that unrest and disarray have largely disappeared under General Aldin's command. Why this sudden rash of lawbreaking? Well, now that the Imperials have been beaten back, those who once suckled from the Empire's teat are forced to look elsewhere for the wealth to which they are accustomed. For some, this means taking up a life of banditry. And for the lowest amongst them, it means ransacking the resting places of their countrymen, a crime I do not intend to leave unpunished. As things stand, however, I have yet to deliver said judgment. This particular gang is uncommonly swift of foot, and I must temper my attacks lest I slay them ere learning the location of their stashed loot. Thus do I turn to you for assistance. Capturing these thieves alive will be far easier with an extra pair of hands. If it's extra hands you need, then count me in. Without red magics at your beck and call, nay, 'tis too dangerous for one still relearning her art. I've been practicing against the creatures of Mordona ever since we parted ways. My magics may not be what they once were, but I can cast the initiate spells well enough, I promise. The monsters in Mordona are not to be trifled with. That was a risky path to take at this stage of your training. I took risks, yes, but not foolhardy ones. I don't push myself to my limits. If I don't push myself to my limits, then I'll never catch up to you or Arentel. I'll wager you'll not take no for an answer. Very well, but you do not leave my side, understand? Yes, thank you, Zaroon. You won't regret this. The 3 of us then. Bloodhone is where these grave robbers ply their unsavory trade, and the edge of the graveyard is where we shall meet. I'm eager to show Zaroon how far my training has come, but more than that, I'm happy to be at a place where I can assist him again. I'd like to simply snatch up these grave robbers, but they have proven an infuriatingly slippery foe who now knows my face. which is why you, Arentel, must play the role of deceiver. Search the graveyard until you find the thieves in question, then convince them it is in their best interest to slink over here to the east. Once the scoundrels are too close to escape, Arya and I will spring our trap. I'm eager to show Zaroon how far my training has come, but more than that, The grave robbers are lurking somewhere within Bloodhow. Seek them out and convince them to move eastwards, right into our ambush. Hello. You looking for trouble, mate? How big a fool do you gotta be to just wander up to a gang like this? You should head eastward. I saw patrols sweeping the grounds to the west. I'm saying that one now. Soldiers, is it? Then we'd best be moving on. Thanks for the warning, friend. Oh, and not that we doubt your word or anything, but you best come with us. Call a show of good faith amongst thieves. We'll be waiting just up ahead. Don't you worry about our two mates. They went ahead to the east, just like you suggested. And us, well, someone's got to eliminate the competition. Bad move. My power is a shadow of what it used to be, which makes taking captives rather easier than expected. Scorch marks rather than incineration. Nicely done, Arentel. We caught these two completely off guard. And I must say, Arya, you exceeded my expectations. You've made impressive progress in such a short length of time. Yes, I knew those lessons at the mage guilds were worth it, even if it was painful to begin at the beginning. Oh, I see you've been cracking open as many books as you have monsters' skulls. Your dedication to the fundamentals has certainly paid off. Now, I counted 4 brigands the last time I was here. Knowing what I do of such villains, I assumed the other 2 sought to waylay you. Yet here you stand, with scarce a hair out of place. All jesting aside, I suspect your skills have surpassed my own. What trials must you have endured to forge such strength? I fought on another star to save the world from oblivion. Another star. Even your adventurers play out on a stage beyond my wildest imaginings. And this talk of sin eaters, was it? It sounds to me as if your battles took place on the edge of suffering itself, where the heart and steel of even the mightiest Red Mage would be tested. But whilst it is endlessly gratifying to hear the exploits of one's former student, I suppose we should return to the matter at hand. Once we had subdued these ruffians here, a few threats gleaned us the location of their ill-gotten gains, all buried in a box in the royal hunting grounds, or so they claim. I believe another division of labor is in order. Arya, pray hand our captives over to the resistance, then wait for us at the tomb of the errant sword. Arentel, you and I have some digging to do. Hang on, I just realized something. Dynamic resolution. No. 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 Everything is maxed out. I don't have that on. It's max. Why does your shadow look bad? Anyway. Yes, you do not save that. Block? Do you feel that? The ground? It's soft. Certainly not as packed down as elsewhere. I think we found our cache. Glad I am to have found this before they hauled it off to the black market. I cracked the lid to check the contents, and the box is indeed filled with stolen goods, including one rather familiar sword. Come, we should return these articles to the tomb. With any luck, Arya will have arrived already. Thank goodness you found the sword. I feared it had been stolen. I mean, it was stolen, but... Right. Let us return these relics to their rightful places. That should be the last of them. But what of your comrade's blade? Ah, well, would you indulge me in a moment of nostalgia? The man who wielded this sword suffered from shallow reserves of aether, and so he commissioned a weapon capable of channeling his energies in the most efficient manner. As you might imagine, the custom blade thus forged cost him a small fortune in coin. We would taunt him and his empty purse without mercy, of course, challenging him to become a mage worthy of such priceless steel. His reply to our jeering comments would always stay with me, even should I fail to do this steel justice. It will remain long after I have perished. A kindred soul shall take up the sword, and then you'll see my coin was wisely spent. His hopes for such a legacy died with the Crimson Duelists. I entombed the blade, believing no new mage would rise to claim it. But I was wrong. You two stand here as living proof that our efforts to revive red magic were not in vain. 'Twas when I discovered the sword missing that I was put in mind again of my comrade's words, and I wonder if he did not orchestrate this affair from beyond the grave, if only to remind me of his will. Where's the pendulum? Arntel, you appeared to have a distinct taste in weapons. This blade, I think, should belong to Arya. But I'm not even your student right now. I don't think I deserve to have it. I made a promise to you, did I not? That once you learn to harness your aether, I would take you under my tutelage once more. The way I see it, you have more than upheld your end of the bargain. Accept the sword, Arya. Be my apprentice and help me usher in a new future for the Red. Are you still afraid of the spirits of the dead? It is not fear that stays my hand, and even should the shade of Zarune's comrade come forth, I will not flinch from this honor. Where's the pendulum? It is done. Let us present here this day swear a new oath to fight for the common good with pure heart and unbending steel. For the sake of the health of your sword, I hope your steel bends at least a little bit. Otherwise, this is gonna fucking shatter, man. He's gotta be especially like these are fucking rapiers, man. Like if these don't bend, it's over for him. Granted, stuff like this. We're not gonna get into the practicality of the weapons in this game. Look, I've already hung it from my belt. The sword's heavier than my old one, but I mean to practice enough that having it there feels more a comfort than a burden. What's the pendulum look like? Hang on, I literally cannot tell if it even has one. Oh no, I see it. There it is. And so concludes our business here, but as much as I would like to accompany you back to Mardona, I fear my own pilgrimage must continue. This war with the Imperials has El Amigo teetering on the brink of uncertainty once more, and I must assume the situation is most taxing for you and your fellow scions. Thus, for the time being, I shall keep my blade loose in its sheath, scabbard. I may be but one man, but know that I shall remain vigilant against the Empire's machinations as I chart my course across the lands of Eorzea. I'm sorry that I cannot yet devote myself to your lessons, Arya. The demands of the road are such that I cannot take you with me and still hope to move as swiftly. Your oath takes precedence, of course. I'm ecstatic just to know you'll be my mentor once again. Please stay safe on your travels. I appreciate your understanding. I will stop by to aid your progress in Rivenant's Toll whenever circumstances permit. I take my leave then. Fare you well, Arntel. When next we meet, I expect your scarlet hues shall be ever the more vivid. Shall we make our way back to Mardona then? I've been so consumed with restoring my magics, but now I have a new goal, learning to wield my new sword with perfect execution. With Zarune's instruction, I mean to become a red mage worthy of his comrade's weapon, and I wouldn't say no to any help from you either, Arntel. Oh, have you come to check my progress? I'll have to push even harder, knowing you'll be stopping by to see how far I've come. I hear you've been busy rescuing the people of Garlemald. The Adventurers Guild has been positively buzzing with the exploits of the Ilsbard contingent. I have no ties to the Empire myself, but I like to think that as an Elamigan, Zarun, wherever he may be, is smiling, that little smile of his. Once Eorzea's troubles quiet down, he should be returning from his pilgrimage to pick up my training where we left off. I'll need to keep practicing my skills, if my skills are to remain sharp between now and then. And with that, after much trials and tribulations, and a singular, horrifyingly bad blip in my bitrate, we have concluded the Red Mage quests. Goodness. Okay, so next time I will be going through the Dark Knight quests all at once. Probably not. It's Heaven's Word. It's going to be long. Very good, but long. So I'm likely first stream is only going to get through up to the end of the level 50 series. And then the next stream will hopefully be the entire rest of it. We'll see how it goes. I make no guarantees on anything. But yeah, that stream might be tomorrow. I don't make any promises. Depends what time I get to bed tonight, because I'll have to start reasonably early if I want that to be a reasonable possibility. And I have been fighting with my sleep schedule of late. But I want to thank anyone for stopping by who did. And I appreciate anyone who gives me the time of day. And until I stream again, have a good one all.